Y'all, can I tell you about these Tecovas boots? I don't know if y'all know this, but these boots are handmade, high quality, stylish, and comfortable right out of the box. I know we buy everything online these days, but boots are something you really should get fitted for. And it just so happens Tecovas is based right here in Austin. So come shop with me at the Tecovas store on South Congress or the Domain. That's TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all. Today on CityCast Austin, it's the Friday News Roundup. I'm here with Hey Austin newsletter editor Kelsey Bradshaw and executive producer Eva Ruth Moravec to dish on this week's news. We have to talk about this horrendous heat and how we're going to survive it, a 40-year-old East Austin business that's getting the boot that we are all devastated about, and a few other quick newsy bits. Thank you to Tecovas, our exclusive launch sponsor. It's Friday, August 23rd. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin is talking about. Hello, Kelsey. Hello, Eva Ruth.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
So right off top, we are officially in the triple digits. This week started with Monday being the hottest day in 2024, and then Tuesday slid right in and was like, nah, it's cool. Sit down. I got it. I'm going to be the hottest day in 2024. You know, with triple digits temperatures comes heat advisories, burn bans, wildfires. So
all the stuff.
Oh my God, all the stuff. So within this past week, in Texas, there's been 64 wildfires burning more than 10,000 acres across Texas. 200 of those acres were in Central Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And then as of 8/20, Travis County officially has a burn ban in effect for 14 days.
Oh my God, this all happened so fast. It was just raining.
Well, and we were just cruising along. We had such a mild July. It was so rainy. We barely were in the triple digits. It was so nice.
Nikki went outside.
I went outside for longer than 3 minutes, and then Texas is like, hold my beer. So I was trying to figure out, first of all, burn bans. I was like, what dictates burn ban? Turns out it's just dangerous levels of heat and mixed with decreased humidity. That's it. And then it's like, burn ban is in effect. Disobeying a burn ban can get you a $500 fine. You cannot have any kind of outside fires. If you're grilling outside, they ask you to keep water nearby.
Yeah, it's such like a catch-22 because when the humidity's high, it feels like an armpit outside and you can't handle it, but the conditions are great for a fire.
Exactly.
Well, it's like it's either armpit weather or it's just like dry. You feel like your hair is going to catch on fire when you go outside weather. So
exactly.
We are fully, it's like hair dryer time
just
now.
Blow it. Yeah.
This is just hair dryer. It's awful. But you know what? This is August. This is like...
fair.
I know it's not a popular opinion.
Yeah.
But my Central Texas hiney is like, it's hot. This is what it's supposed to be like. I don't know why I'm so cheerful about it.
I don't know why either.
I don't know. It makes me happy for some reason.
Well, because I'm a person, I grew up in Texas. I've lived here my whole life. And every summer I'm like, is this really what's happening? Like, I act like I just moved here every summer.
No, I'm like that at the beginning of the summer. At the beginning of summer, I'm just like Eva, like, yes, the sun is here. I'm a sun goddess. Kiss this skin. Thank you, melanin. And then by like June 16th, I'm like, I hate it here. Why am I still here? Why have you forsaken me, gods? What is going on?
Oh my God.
So short-lived.
That is so real though. Like the minute like you dust off like those cool spring temperatures and you're like, it's like hot enough for a swim day at Barton.
Yeah.
It's so nice. But after like 2 weeks, you're like, all right, I've just been sweating for 2 weeks straight.
I can't work from Barton Springs.
No more.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We just had wildfire chief Carrie Stewart on, and she mentioned fire preparedness bags or like a go bag. And I am an overachiever by heart. I immediately put together a go bag because I'm a
Nice.
dork. And I was like,
Shut up.
I sure did.
I love that.
What's in your go bag?
And I'm guessing by your response that neither of you did it.
Nope.
That was going to be my next question.
No, I'm someone who, during the 2021 freeze, I had to like evacuate my home. Like that was the first time I'd ever been traumatized by weather, and I still do not have a go bag after all of that. So
I already have, I'm already a nervous Nelly, so I have copies of everything already, like paper copies of all my stuff already, just because on a regular basis I think I'm gonna get took in or something.
oh my God.
So I already had that, but then I got like water. They have like little like cartons of water, and then I have a lantern, and but I'm not gonna lie, some of this stuff I got from Heesum while I worked at the city, and so I was like, oh, I can just get all this freebie swag and make my go bag, and that's what I did.
You know what? That's what those things are for you to put them in your go bag.
Yeah,
so
that's deeply impressive that you were told by an official with knowledge that you need a go bag, and you went and made one.
Yeah, ADHD. So as a reminder, y'all, things like discarded cigarettes, dragging chains, and outdoor grilling can cause wildfires.
Now thinking of Chief Stewart, she described like how they go out and test the materials to figure out, I think it's every 2 weeks to see like how dry are we. And then they bake the items.
They bake them in the oven.
Yeah. That's so funny. But good luck to them. I hope that we can get away with no fires here because we've had so much rain.
So I know everybody, you see heat advisories, and then we see excessive heat warnings, right? So it's like the heat advisory is the heat index being 108 plus, but the actual temperature is only 103. And what the heat index is like what it feels like it is versus what it actually is. Excessive heat warnings means the heat index is 113 and the actual temperature is 105 plus. And they're saying when temperatures are in the excessive heat warning stages, they don't even want you to do outdoor activities.
Yeah.
Like they're like, keep your butt inside. Now, I am an inside person, but for those of you that love nature, like Eva, you run every day. So, and they like during days like this, do you still exercise outside?
Yeah.
You just go earlier in the morning?
Yes. Earlier becomes your friend. And it's like that weird balance too, because really early, there still is a lot of humidity. So it'll still feel hot. But then if you wait until 7, when some of that humidity burns off, then it starts just getting really hot and sunny. So, yeah, the only way to do it, honestly, I use the thingy that I got from your show, Nikki. It's a piece of fabric that goes around your neck, and it has some kind of magical cooling beads inside, and you get them wet, and then you put that around your neck. But the best thing is we jump in Barton Springs after a run, and that just you can almost hear your body sizzling,
I love that.
Especially on the really hot mornings, we're just get to the pool.
I need you to come give this spiel to my dog because he doesn't like swimming. Well, and I'm always like, Malcolm, you're going to love it. You just got to get in the water. It's nice and cool. And he's like, I'd rather die.
I saw a lot of warnings about people with pets. Like, be careful when you take your dogs out, not just the pavement. Just it's hot. For those of you that have bigger dogs,
they're wearing a sweater at all times. Don't forget.
Yeah. So be careful, but know that it won't last forever.
That's true.
Just keep your eye on the fall. It's coming.
It's so close.
You can get there.
I can almost feel it. I don't know. I don't have a good segue here, so I'm just going to talk about it because it's been on my mind and it's been driving me crazy ever since Kelsey told me about it. So, Piñata Party Place on Cesar Chavez is being evicted after 40 years. 40 years. I cannot count the number of piñatas I have gotten from that place.
Oh.
and they're closing. So shout out to Texas Monthly for this story. If you guys should really go and just like read the entire thing. It's Peter Hawley with Texas Monthly. It's so good. So the development company is called 3423 Holdings, and this company has their hands in a lot of things in Austin. They bought the building 2 years ago, and also the gas station that was right next to it on the corner. And they've already turned the gas station into a place called Chalmers, but Joe Salazar is the owner. He is a veteran. He grew up a couple of blocks from the store. He's been on Jimmy Kimmel. He's created custom piñatas for Hillary Clinton. Like, he's just been in this neighborhood like forever. And they came after a couple of months of him not paying rent due to them not fixing the roof, not making any other repairs, not fixing the AC. He withheld rent. They came, put a lock on the door, and started the eviction process.
Well, and, that could have been your segue there, is if his AC is not working.
Right.
It's too hot outside. That is a health liability.
The impression you get is that they were basically breaking up with him. When
Exactly.
like you're just like, I'm not investing anything else into this relationship.
Yeah.
But I don't want to break up with you yet.
Yeah, just going to let it fall apart. Yeah.
I'm just going to let this fall apart.
I'm just going to give you a couple of tidbits that we know about these developers. One, they were quoted as saying, we have to redevelop the property because we paid millions for it, and it costs way more than what the owner of the piñata shop is paying. Salazar says they've accused him of dealing drugs to be able to afford the rent before now. The developers, of course, was like, no, we have a great relationship with him. We're very nice to him, but they don't know his name. The gas station that they have now called, that's now called Chalmers, boasts, quote, it's there to show them how we do it here on the East Side, even though none of the team members are actually from the East Side. And they fully acknowledge and admit that. But they are actively patting themselves on the back for, quote, cleaning up that corner.
Ew.
Yeah.
I hate that, cleaning up that corner. Nothing needed to be cleaned up.
Exactly. We do not need you to save us. Exactly. And it's really reminiscent of Jumpaline that was leveled like in 2015 with all of the store owners' inventory still in it. So same kind of thing. They started the eviction process, leveled the building with all of the inventory still in, didn't give them a chance to get their stuff out because they wanted to build a cat cafe that stayed open for 27 minutes.
Oh my God, I am rolling my eyes so hard.
It's great. It's a terrible idea.
It's just terrible.
It just like adds to the pain that it's for something that's so dumb.
Here's the heartbreak. I have to quote this because it broke my heart. The people who are moving into this is Salazar, the owner of the Piñata store. He said, quote, the people who are moving into this neighborhood, many of them think we're stupid. They think we don't speak English, and they think we're illegal, like we don't belong here. But I am a veteran and a business owner, and I love my community and my country. And like the part that pisses me off is that he even feels like he has to say that. The part that he even feels like he has to explain why he belongs to his neighborhood that he grew up in.
Right. And he shouldn't have to be a veteran, and he shouldn't have to be a citizen for people to be kind.
And my question to y'all is like, when is it going to stop? Right? Gentrification is complicated, but this is systemic erasure of a culture of all cultures, predominantly on the East Side, specifically in this case, the Latinx community. But like, it's just system. It's like little by little by little. It's like a virus. And I know that I'm super biased, but like, how many more shitty hipster bars do we need?
Well, and it's something too that like the people, this part of the East Side, like in the Holly neighborhood, like over here on the East Side, it's an area that's being overrun by like Airbnbs. And that's not how you like keep a community alive. That's not how you do that at all.
The grossest part to me is how open this developer was about like, it's not about this business. It's a money.
I need to make my money.
It's all about money. And of course that's, of course it is, right? That's how the world works. That like, why else would you be developing something but to invest in it, make it turn into something that's making you more money. But it just is so like
gross
karma. So the people right around there on the east side, like, who are those neighbors? Is this development company expecting those people to then come in and support whatever they put there? Because whatever they're going to put is going to be a business of something, so how are you going to survive in the future?
I've lived here a while now, but I'm not even from here. And this makes me so angry and it makes me so defensive.
Yeah.
So like, I can't imagine how, like, Nikki, you've lived here your entire life, or how Mr. Salazar feels. I feel like this Piñata place has like come up before in the past, like in the news, just about, is it going to be able to stay there? I imagine that there will be groups who protest this in some way or try and get it historical landmark status or something.
We did just have an interview the other day with his Preservation Austin, and Megan King from their group, kind of explained to us how they're also working on protecting our legacy businesses. And apparently the way they define a legacy business is something that's been here for more than 20 years. So I asked her, to follow up. I asked if they had heard anything about the store, if they were working on this case at all, because I guess what they do is they can kind of lobby for something at City Hall or just like add some pressure. She said there's like different levers that they can pull on depending on what needs to be done. But, like, it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to change what's happening in that building, but is there another place for this business to go? Like,
right.
In that way, can they kind of preserve the legacy of, because it's piñatas. It's so like such a wonderful, happy, celebratory, fun thing. Like, Nikki, I know you have some moments of levity brought to you by the Piñata store.
Yeah. What kind have you gotten?
Listen, let me tell you something. I love that Piñata store so much. I've gone for everything. My favorite, when in 2016, I think, every 5 years ago for my birthday, every 5 years or so, I have a Pimps and Hoes ball for my birthday. And feel how you want to feel about it. I've done it for forever. And I had a Pimps and Hoes ball at Dozen Street. And Dozen Street used to be on 12th Street. It's now Outer Heaven. It used to be called Dozen Street back in 2016. And I went to this piñata store and bought a Donald Trump piñata and used it for our pimp slap competition. And people signed up to slap because I was just like, how can I get out these feelings? And even as recent as 2021, I got a piñata there for my friend's divorce party.
He got some press definitely back, when Donald Trump was elected, and because people were really upset about that.
Yeah. And he was one of the first ones to do it with the piñata.
I think that, yeah, he noticed the feelings that needed to be let out in some way. I bet there were Hillary Clinton piñatas there at that store too. And I'm sure he sold piñatas to Democrats, Republicans, every color, everything.
If there wasn't a lock on the door, we could find out if he has a Kamala Harris one now. Like,
oh, you know what? To that point, your man goes and cuts the lock off, the bolt cutter off, so that he could go in and get some of his more expensive piñatas.
Yeah.
Because I guess he was just like, oh no, they're not going to do me like they did the other people jumping in. He went in, took bolt cutters, cut the lock off, got some of his more expensive ones, and his favorite one is a piñata of the American flag.
Aww.
And got his stuff and brought him out. I'm just like, yes, Jorge, get your stuff. Yes.
Is this making me patriotic? This is so nice.
I'm like, yes. Get your stuff and like, good on him. Good on him.
Yeah, that's some good trouble.
We want to end our roundup today with a few hot topics, just some quick newsy tidbits that caught our eye this week in Austin news. Transgender Texans will not be able to change the sex listed on their driver's license, according to a policy change that rolled out this week. Under the new policy, Texans will not be able to change the sex on their license unless they say it is to fix a clerical error. Y'all. The rage.
Yeah.
The rage. Do you remember a long time ago, Chris Crocker was on the internet and he was saying, leave Brittany alone. Do you remember that?
Yes. Do I ever?
Leave trans people alone.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Why are we still doing this? It's very frustrating.
And stupid.
And stupid.
It's stupid.
Equality Texas says we have something like 93,000 transgender adults living here. 93,000.
It's also awful because it's not out loud necessarily.
Right.
Like this was something that a reporter from KUT from the Texas newsroom really dug into, and she was able to find, she got an internal email from that they were circulating in the offices, in the driver's license offices, to give people direction on this new policy change. And it's like, you know, nobody's spelling it out, you know, which makes, when you're hiding something like this or just not being fully transparent, that's what makes people question more, trust you less, you know.
There's a saying that says, say it with your chest. Like I say this about racist people. I have more patience for people that are outwardly racist because I know where you stand. I know what you think about me. And then we can exist as far away from each other as possible.
Yeah.
I got to share this quote. Brad Pritchett, interim CEO of Equality Texas, says, quote, and this is just like the mic drop. Just like people who change their names after marriage want their correct name on their license, trans Texans want their driver's license to reflect their gender. We use our IDs to navigate all areas of life, driving, voting, employment. Having an ID that reflects who you are is a basic form of dignity that many take for granted. Texas, get your shit together. But speaking of frustrating, y'all, I'm killing it with the segues today.
So good, Nikki.
Got him.
Tell us about it.
Chappell Roan, y'all. Have y'all been seeing it on the internet?
I have so many things to say.
So ACL, y'all, ACL switched Chappell Roan to a different day for ACL Fest. So they were supposed to, Chappell Roan was supposed to play on both Saturdays of both weekends. ACL switched them to Sundays both weekends. And now they won't give ticket buyers refunds for their tickets. The one, because you can buy a one-day ticket. ACL will not refund people the ticket that they bought thinking that Chappell Roan was going to be on Saturday.
If they would just refund the tickets, this would be seen as a smart, great move. Like they would get so much positive reaction for this.
Just refund the ticket.
Yeah.
What do y'all think happened?
Oh, I can tell you exactly what happened. Let me add it.
Tell us what happened. I'm curious.
I want to hear it.
Okay. So in years past, there is a medium-sized stage, but it's to the right of the Honda stage, okay, on the west side of Zilker Park. So Lizzo performed at that stage, and then I believe the following year, Jack Harlow performed at that stage. And both of those people were people who, I guess when ACL booked them, they weren't having their moment yet. And like Lizzo had her moment right before ACL. And I was in that crowd and it was terrifying.
Me too.
Same.
It was a crazy, crazy crowd. And everyone was like, why would you not move Lizzo? And like,
Yes.
Obviously you can't just be moving things around the day of. And I remember the second weekend of ACL that year, the way that they tried to fix it for that year was they put Lizzo up on the Honda stage's screens. So like, even if you were far back, because you really couldn't see because it's a small stage. So if you're far back, you can't see. They put the screens up there. So Chappell Roan has had a like meteoric rise in the last 6 months. It has been crazy to watch. I am so happy for her. I'm obsessed with Chappell Roan. But the crowds that Chappell has been pulling at like Outside Lands and I think like Lollapalooza are actually insane. Like it looks crazy. And so I think like for the safety of everyone and also like, you know, being on the day that closes out the fest that has some sort of like status to it, I think moving her ahead of schedule was smart. But I think if they everyone's coming to see Chappell. I want to go to see Chappell. You know, that's like the number one person I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think refunding everybody, they would have gotten a lot more happy people, a lot more praise if they had done it correctly.
I mean, the good thing is there's so many great musicians at ACL that, you know, even if it's not who you're there to see, you're going to see somebody, you're going to be exposed to really amazing performers. But that's really hard if you're like, you've saved up, you're planning on going, like, this is your thing. And
oh, if Chappell Roan was my Beyonce and I bought a ticket to see Beyonce and then they moved Beyonce and I didn't have a ticket to see her anymore, I would be so mad. So I cannot imagine. Yeah.
I'm with you.
yeah.
Like, yes, okay, I'll be exposed to more people, Eva. Yes, very smart, very positive.
No, I know. In long run, we can be positive. Immediate reaction is definitely a huge disappointment for so many people. How could you not be?
As a side note, the general admission is $165 for one day.
Yeah, it's
Like, not to sound like the old biddy in the room, but I remember
Back in your day.
back in the day, you could get a one day ticket for $50, or you could get a 3-day general admission for like $150. It was like $50 a day. So it's like, and this just in, like I've been to the tours for ACL to see behind the curtain. It is one of the most organized things I've ever seen in my life. It's actually quite impressive how organized they are and how they've thought of every little thing. I mean, down to being able to, they think of every little thing. I can't express that enough. So you're telling me y'all don't have no kind of contingency plan?
And even being part of the like fumbles that ACL has done, like, it's not a terrible thing. I mean, you know, so you're experiencing this crazy festival.
and it's like it's a legendary thing that happened. Yeah.
It is. It was an experience. Like, there were years that ACL was like, you know, wouldn't allow anyone to have water. I remember that. And people were passing out. It was a bad problem, you know.
Remember the poop year?
Yes.
The Dillo dirt year?
Yes. Yes, there have been really dry years, really wet years. Like
There was the year you could get a COVID shot at ACL.
There have been all the years, but yeah, this is disappointing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I hope they make it right.
Yeah.
I do wonder what actually happened. That was just a theory, but I feel like I'm right.
I do too.
So y'all, ACL isn't here yet, but there are some fun things that we can get into pretty soon. Here's your Takova's Don't Go Gently tip of the week. Scoot over to Uptown Sports Club for the Meanwhile and Uptown Backyard Barbecue Summer Series. Tonight from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., head on over to Uptown at 1200 East 6th Street for a lip-smacking good time with great music and fun vibes. Tonight's chef is Davis Turner of Huckleberry, who's serving up a smoked shrimp hot dog with caviar and a melon salad. There will also be desserts from Tiny Pies and Besame, and special brews from Meanwhile Brewing Company. Tickets are limited, so get yours for $39. Don't go gently, go into Takova's. Kelsey, Eva Ruth, thank you so much for rounding up the news with me this week.
Anytime.
Bye, Kelsey. Bye, Eva Ruth.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. Our executive producer is Eva Ruth Moravec. Our producer is Joyce Tang, and I am your host, Nikki Devon. Our Hey Austin newsletter editor is Kelsey Bradshaw. Music is by Nelson Valente Aguilar of Como Las Movies. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.